Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I always say this every week, it's one of my favorite videos we get to go make on the channel itself. I'm going to go in depth on all the places to go potentially buy your PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and a little bit of GPU news too as well just throughout the week. We actually should theoretically have a very good week based on all the previous weeks, based on trends, based on stock that we keep on being leaked out by employees. So if you guys are still on the lookout for your PlayStation or Xbox, overall, I think this should be hopefully a good week. As well, we also did just go and have Ratchet & Clank go and come on out. We've also been seeing a lot more bundles and bundle potentials, which will go on throughout this video. So once again, that also means that we've been seeing Sony do a lot of good restock amounts and moving a lot of stock. So it should be a pretty good week overall. As well, guys, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, especially for the PS5 giveaway. That should be ending around like 2 or 3 weeks or so, give or take. But you just put on the notifications because we do actually give you guys a lot of updates. If we see more updates on stock, more confirmations, more information, and a lot of Sony news too as well. A little bit of Xbox news mixed on in. So make sure you guys are subscribed with that. Use that link tree link down below for bonus entries. Twitter and Twitch stream if you guys like to go and follow up on either or. If I ever can, I'm not the best when it comes to tweeting out restock drops, but if you guys want to, you guys can follow. The same thing with Twitch as well. I hang out there and play games all the time. I also do have the Amazon links down below. If you guys want to go check for the drops, consoles, controllers, all that good stuff. We always link those up in every one of our videos in case you guys do want to go and check and see. And of course, the Weeble. We always mention Weeble on pretty much every video. If you guys go and sign up and deposit $100, you guys will get like $25 in free stocks. I usually recommend you guys just go and do it and then go and sell the stocks instantly, make some free money. We drop all that money and make some free easy money if you're just hanging out on your phone. And Coinbase as well, if you guys go buy any type of cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Let's go dive in the video itself. Definitely leave a like if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, and use the timestamps down below if you guys need to either save some time or skip around if you guys would like. So the very first major drop I want to go bring some attention for this week is going to be on Target. Now, when it comes to Target, we actually haven't had a Target drop in at least a little while. And when it comes to Target, we actually do have multiple different other confirmations from other people that work at Target themselves and Target employees that there is stock that has shown on up and some stock that should be arriving throughout this week. So we do at least have had confirmations from internal systems. As you guys know, some stores and employees can actually check the internal stock. So we actually have had other employees go and confirm that there is stock arriving. And we've also seen other employees who have helped us with many months throughout the past few weeks. You guys can check my channel if you guys would like to. We do a lot of tracking for this, that also have confirmed that stock is arrived at their Target, who have helped us out for information on previous drops. And as well, when it comes to PlayStation 5 stock arriving, we also did have confirmations that more Xbox Series X and S stock has also arrived. If you guys have kind of been living underneath the rock, they basically have changed up the Xbox ways where you basically get to go and just check your local store, and whenever there is stock available, at there's random sporadic times, they will go and release it on the website, and you guys can go and pick it up. But at least for the PlayStations, as of now, Target is still doing event drops unless they go and change that sometime soon. So some of you guys know that just be on the lookout. Typically, whenever you are seeing a lot more stock arriving, it means that it should be dropping throughout this week, or as well, if some other stores are getting stock later on throughout this week, say like Thursday, Friday, or the weekend, that means it'll be very likely for this next week. So it's not 100% this week, but at least we do know it's getting closer and closer and closer as well. As you guys don't know, usually Target does go and restock, usually Wednesdays and Thursdays, early morning around 7 a.m., give or take, depending on your time zone. So always been a lookout for that. If we usually ever see more information, I'll make a separate YouTube video and kind of give you guys my expectations, my percentage of it dropping, etc., etc. I'd probably put Target this week and probably like a nice like 75% chance, maybe higher or lower, depending on the information we get throughout this week. And probably at least Xboxes, it'll probably have at least have some restocks all spread throughout out. So always been a lookout for that. As well, the next major restock we're going to want to be on the lookout for is going to be on Walmart. Now, Walmart, actually, we were pretty hyped up and expecting to go and restock last week. It actually, funny enough, did not, but it did go do a really weird PS5 digital restock at like a 3 a.m. drop as like the last previous drop. So I'd probably say the likelihood of this week for Walmart restocking is way higher as well, because based on the trends, typically Walmart doesn't go that long without a restock. And as of now, depending on when you guys watch this video throughout the week, we're either into week 3 or week 4 into the Walmart restock of the last time they actually did a proper event drop. Now, I'm sure you guys know this by now, but typically Walmart is a Thursday restock that is usually around 3 p.m., give or take, EST. So just so you guys know, and they usually do sometimes do Xbox Series X's right beforehand as well. So usually around like a 30-minute period beforehand, Xboxes, and then PS5s right afterwards. So just so you guys know, we actually are still waiting to see if some PS5s are going to get fulfilled throughout this week, because we have not seen some actual people get that ordered before in the previous drop, still have not gotten their consoles. We've also had a lot of large majority of people out there go and say that they actually have gotten their consoles already. So it's kind of like a toss-up. We'll kind of see how throughout the rest of the week kind of goes when it comes to Walmart, but it is looking very, very likely and very good. I also did go mention too as well for brand new Ratchet and Clank stuff. I just want to do a quick side note that I think also does improve the chances of pretty much a lot of these major retailers restocking throughout this week and next week, because with Sony doing a brand new AAA game and basically talking about it, it does kind of go and incentivize them to want to go and sell more consoles, because obviously with a brand new game coming out, that means that people want to go and of course buy the brand new game. And on top of that too as well, we also have seen some bundles as of at least the time of me recording this video, and in case I missed any small drops as well mixed in with this, don't forget it takes like a long time to make this, upload it, all that stuff. But we also have seen some PS5 bundles up in Europe, and we've actually seen a lot of them with like a pure from Sony direct bundle, not like a retailer bundle. So we can maybe see if some of those will start floating around throughout this actually in America. As of right now, we have not seen any American sales on it as of yet, but hopefully in the near future they actually will. So some of you guys know, on a little side note for that. The next major place for us to be on the lookout for is probably going to be up on Amazon. Now, it's actually been quite some time since the last time Amazon's restocked. That's why I always have the links down below. So if you guys always know, usually warehouse consoles or sometimes used consoles that show on up, both the PS5 disc and digital. So that's why I always tell you guys to go and check and see in case you guys see one for a good cheap sale. I do on occasion go and tweet those out too as well. But for Amazon, it's starting to get to the point where we want to be on the lookout for it a lot more often, mainly because Amazon has not done a proper restock in quite some time for both the PlayStation 5 disc, digital, and Xbox Series X and S's. Now, I just want to remind you guys, in the last previous Amazon drop, it was at like 2 in the morning, and we've seen Amazon do really weird and sporadic drops floating around, mainly going from like 7 a.m. to like 12 p.m. to like 5 p.m. to really early in the morning. So Amazon's a really hard one for us to go and know. I do have a friend that works over on Amazon, and I'm going to try my best to get some information, just letting you guys know on that. We also have seen other regions such as the UK and Italy and Germany go and drop for the Amazon restocks as of recent, so be on the lookout for that, especially throughout maybe this next upcoming week. It would also make a lot of sense too as well, because as I mentioned with Ratchet and Clank coming on out, we could see it. Same thing with Father's Day as well coming on up. Though we actually do have as well some other stuff to go talk about. The Amazon Prime Day is still coming up in about like a week and a half or so, give or take. So we could also maybe see that they're going to be slowly stockpiling up consoles for that and have maybe a major restock drop right beforehand or right afterwards. So be on the lookout for that. If I do actually see any consoles arrive up at Amazon, I will 100% let you guys know, and hopefully be sometime sooner rather than later. I'm trying to go from there. So I just keep on being on the lookout for Amazon itself for all of the consoles, because like I said, it's been quite some time since the last actual drop. The next really kind of big one we're going to be on the lookout for is going to be on Best Buy. Now, if you guys saw my video last night, if not, don't worry, it was a little bit late at night. When it actually comes to Best Buy, we actually did go and see more PS5 consoles have arrived, and also for Xboxes, though in our assumption for all the Xbox consoles was it was more so based on like just for previous orders, because we did actually go and see an Xbox restock last week, like the tail end of last week for Best Buy. So I'd probably go and say the PS5 restock is a little bit more on the likelihood for Best Buy itself. We have seen Best Buy restocks in pretty much almost every day so far besides Tuesday, so it's kind of hard for us to kind of go and peg on when this drop will happen. It also could maybe just be them slowly building up stock and maybe doing a bigger drop, but we actually did not go and see a PS5 restock for them in a little bit, so always been on the lookout for them. But at least we do have confirmation that stock did go arrive. As well, I've also seen a lot of like back-to-back weeks for Best Buy, so it would not surprise me if we actually did see a restock this week, but if for some odd reason they skip it for like a week or 2 weeks, I guess it kind of happens. As well, we also did go and confirm that there's a brand new Best Buy bundle. If you guys saw that, there's a Ratchet and Clank bundle, which means that someone literally that works at Best Buy had to go through the API itself to go and add that with the pictures and like the listing info, the SKU units and all that. So at least we do know that we've actually been seeing Best Buy being active internally and their internal websites and going from there. Best Buy is usually one of the better spots to go and get restocks from. Same with Target, because you buy it for your local store and go from there. But these last few Best Buy drops have been a little because they've been slightly smaller. We're not sure if that's just them trying to go and push out as enough stock as they possibly can, and they're just doing like smaller drops, or if they're slightly more on the regional side or whatever. So letting you guys know on that in case you guys do get disappointed. Don't worry about it. It's kind of a little bit of a toss up. But at least be on the lookout for Best Buy throughout this week. Usually Best Buy is more around from like 8 a.m. to around maybe 4 p.m. give or take range, depending on your time zone as well. Just letting you guys know on that as well. GameStop. GameStop actually has also been a little bit more on the drier side too as well when it comes to their own restocks, mainly on the fact that we just haven't seen any PlayStations or Xbox from them for a little bit. But we'll probably actually have a more separate video on this throughout the rest of the week, so be on the lookout for it. Maybe even today I'll just kind of maybe talk about it, because I did want to go reach out to some Best Buy employees we also know as well. But when it comes to GameStop, we do at least have some confirmed walk-ins, funny enough, throughout this week. I do believe it's going to be the Switch is going to be on the 15th, and I believe the Xbox Series X and S will be also confirmed for the 16th. I may have another separate video on this later on, so then you guys know on that. We did not go into any news on the PlayStation 5, and that's why I'm kind of holding off on making that video, because I do want to try my best to get as much PlayStation 5 news as I possibly can, because I know a lot of you guys out there, especially in my community, are a little bit more focused on the PS5 than Xbox. But of course, there's also people out there going for both. So any good news for any console out there, I'm always 100% down with. So be on the lookout for that. As of now, once again, it's not an online order from what we've kind of seen. So you could also maybe even go and see a PS5 online or even another Xbox online wave. But at least we do know it's confirmed from the GameStop Twitter itself that they will be doing walk-ins for throughout this week. So very, very good news when it comes to that. As well, when it comes to all the other side stuff, if you guys saw our video yesterday, we actually do have another big retailer that will be joining the fray when it comes to walk-ins / online orders. This is for Staples. Now, if you guys don't know what Staples is, it's just like a office supply store. Basically, they sell like printers, paper, you know, all that stuff. We did actually hear a little bit of rumors that they might be more so trying to get their restocks in maybe mid-July, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. Depends on like when they actually go and do stuff. Maybe some stores will be earlier, some stores will be later, etc. But just letting you guys know that we actually have been seeing confirmations when it comes to that. And we also do know that they've invested like $50 million into getting proper stock to try to get more people inside the store. So that's going to be something we're going to be kind of tracking throughout the next few weeks in case we do start seeing walk-ins or online orders. We also saw some rumors with bundles with them too as well, so I'll try my best to keep that up in the date and up in the loop for all of you guys, so you guys can have a chance to hopefully go get your consoles from there. Now that's I think pretty much about it for all the major retailers themselves. So now let's get to the walk-in news as well as also the side retailers. So for quick walk-in news when it comes to the PlayStations and Xbox, as you guys have probably been watching throughout our early videos, I usually like to go and mention this and talk about this. Myers has had a few little different other stores from and confirmed by employees that actually have had PlayStation 5 consoles arrive. Now, you sometimes go and see walk-ins a little bit more sporadic when it comes to Myers. They kind of go all over the place. It kind of just depends on what they're doing. So some of you guys know that we have at least seen them show on up. So we might see them throughout the rest of this week, or maybe they're slowly stockpiling up some stock for a proper walk-in restock sometime in the very near future. As well, we've also been seeing many, many cases of Xbox Series X consoles showing on up in Myers stores. So in case you guys just ever want to go and check and see, if you guys don't know, Myers are Midwestern grocery stores, which is kind of funny, but they always get their consoles. So be on the lookout for that in case you guys do want to go pick up any consoles from them. As well, the Xbox Series S has been very actively and readily available for all these Myers locations. So if you guys are ever trying to get one of those still, be on the lookout for that and try to go in and get one. As well, for other walk-in news, BJ's. We actually have still been seeing like the very occasional walk-in for that, mostly around the New York area. We really didn't see that many other states, and we did go and confirm that there was some North Carolina stuff too as well for BJ's stock there. As of now, we are still kind of waiting to see more of that stock show up in the wild. So be on the lookout for that and just be aware that there could be some potential restocks going on for them in the very near future. Now, we also could be just assuming that maybe the restock wave more so ended last week, so always be aware for that as well. Further stuff for Walmart. We have also been seeing a lot of Xbox Series S stuff showing up in Walmart and a few rumors on Xbox Series X's as well. If you guys have actually had a chance to go and see any Xbox Series X's, tweet me a picture, let me know. I don't want to go and fully report on that on a separate video until I could actually go and see it or have confirmations. We also have seen a few PS5s show up in Texas and Florida throughout the past few weeks or so. We're still waiting for more kind of follow-up on all of that. We have been seeing them slowly transition to more so walk-ins as well, which is always very nice for us to go and see, because Walmart's a very big retailer and somewhat of a trendsetter, and we always keep on saying whenever we start seeing all these big retailers slowly start to move towards walk-ins, it kind of gives us more potential for all the other big retailers to start doing that as well. On top of that too, we can always start talking about these side retailers. So we should have always the usual 3 to 4, give or take, Online. As I'm sure you guys always know, Online does typically like to go and do at least one weekly guaranteed restock, so always be on the lookout for that. 100% they're going to be happening no matter what. They have not failed us as of yet, ever since they said that. On occasion, though, they do sometimes work in Xbox Series S's, which is just not what we want to go and see, of course, with bundles especially. But they have been pretty consistent with PS5s. They actually had 2 PS5 restocks last week, and I believe they also had an Xbox Series X restock as well. So they pretty much had everything. So there should still be at least a restock for Online throughout this week. So be on the lookout for them. They're usually a little bit more in the earlier mornings to early evening, so always be on the lookout for that. On top of that, too, we also do have the Costco. We are still patiently waiting for the Costco PS5 bundles to go and hopefully showing up sometime in the near future. When it comes to Costco themselves, they also did do an Xbox Series X restock not that long ago, but for this week, either one can work because they've both been so long since the last restock. We could be expecting both, depending on when the retailers go and get their stock or whatever. So letting you guys know on that, they're usually more of an early morning drop too as well, from Monday through Friday. On top of that, too, we also have the Sam's Club. We did go and see Sam's Club do an Xbox Series X bundle. Thankfully, it's actually been quite some time since the last time they actually did any restock bundles at all. So be on the lookout for them for some PlayStation 5 stuff. That's usually, once again, a little bit later on at night, anytime from like 6 p.m. onwards until maybe around like 2 a.m. or so. It's usually never later than that. I think probably the latest maybe like 12:30. So be on the lookout for some PlayStation 5 bundles, but you do need to have your actual Sam's Club membership. And also, GameFly. Funny enough, Gamefly's actually been pretty consistent for their restocks about every like 2 to 3 weeks or so it might be getting a little bit closer throughout this week. They do have bundles and are slightly a little bit overpriced too as well, kind of same with Online and GameStop for their actual overall drops. So letting you guys know in general, be on the lookout for them. They usually do actually last kind of a long time in comparison to all the other restocks and drops, so always be on the lookout for that in general. As well, for some other little side things to go and note, we also have been a little bit on the lookout for I was gonna maybe say something for the UK stuff too as well. But at least when it comes to other drops too, we sometimes go and see stuff like the PS Direct. Always on the lookout for that. We have not seen a PS Direct in a very, very long time, though I would go and say the likelihood of a restock for a PS Direct, which is where you buy them directly from the PlayStation and enter into a overall queue, is probably a little bit higher throughout this week, mainly because once again, Ratchet & Clank did come on out. So I'm sure if Sony has literally any extra stock available, they would like to go and sell it and try to get some people out there for Ratchet & Clank and have people buying more games for the Sony ecosystem. And of course, as well for Newegg, I always mention Newegg almost every day. Newegg does do a daily shuffle. I'm sure you guys all know when it comes to all this stuff, where when it comes to the Newegg, just go enter in for a shuffle. You have a few hours to go and see if you get drawn. It says GPUs and CPUs. And throughout the last week, it did have one day as well with PlayStation and Xbox bundles mixed on in. So always be checking that throughout every single week. Some other little kind of sad, random things too. Or just not sad, just random things as well, is we always sometimes have military drops. We have not had a military drop in around like 2 weeks or so, but we did see some walk-ins and walk-in rumors for them not too long ago. So be on the lookout for the website itself if you guys can. And as well, when it comes to Kohl's, we actually have also not had a Kohl's restock in quite some time. They do individual consoles as well. So always be on the lookout for that. Those are very sporadic drops, kind of how Amazon is. And we sometimes do see these cider retailers, but typically these are the major ones always been the focus for. But in theory, it should be a very, very good week all throughout this week in general, based on the trends, based on last stock, based on what stock's been fulfilled. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated for more videos all throughout this week whenever we do go and see more information, whether from employees or other people as well. Now, when it comes to the restocks throughout the world, India actually still is a little bit more on the drier side, and they're prepping up for the next restock wave. As well, the UK should be theoretically pretty dry because we've seen so many of the really big UK retailers go and restock throughout these past like 2 weeks or so. They've kind of been yoinking some stock from us all in America, so be on the lookout for them either way. If you guys want to see any more sporadic drops, maybe an Amazon drop has been rumored for the UK, same with Europe as well. But I do think the UK for the next 2 weeks will probably be a little bit more drier as America starts getting more stock. Canada as well has also been a little bit more on the drier side, so be on the lookout for drops in general from Walmart, Best Buy, and all of that. And that's pretty much about it throughout the video. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys made it this far, please drop a like. Amazon links down below if you guys always go check and see. Hopefully we'll have a very good, hopefully, fingers crossed. I hope a lot of you guys will get your consoles throughout this week. And if not, hopefully next week as well, because I know a lot of you guys out there are still trying to get some, trying your best to get some in general. And hopefully you guys can get one either for your dads, for Father's Day, or if you guys are a father yourself, if you guys want to go and splurge, I appreciate it and hope you guys will get it. And of course as well, sign up for that Weeble make that free money, I always recommend it just because you guys literally make free money. We also do have, as I mentioned, Amazon links down below if you guys have checked to see for drops and consoles and restocks and everything. Twitter and Twitch, if you guys want to follow, use the link tree links down below for bonus entries on the giveaways and everything. And of course, as well, sign up for Coinbase and deposit $100. You guys go get free stock. I love you guys all so much. I'll try my best to have a bunch of brand new videos for you guys all throughout this week. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all great. And I'll see you guys all later on. You guys are all beautiful. And I'll see you guys all later. Have a good rest of your days, good rest of your nights. And I'll try my best to give you guys some more details ASAP. Love you guys.